Acharya, there is someone in my life that's close to me. But when I talk to that person, it's like the person doesn't listen. But deep down, I know it's a sensitive person, and the person wants truth. But how do I get to it? That person, you know? How do you? Because it doesn't listen.
The more certain you are that you are approaching that person with only the intention to show him the light, the easier the process will be. If the intention is pure, then the process is quicker. And this empowers you a lot because now you have something to work upon. If you just say that the other person does not listen to you, then you are helpless because you anyway have no control over how the other person thinks and responds and reacts and lives. But once you know that the other person's response is dependent on the purity of your intention, then that enables and empowers you. Because now you can work upon yourself, and by working upon yourself, you can cause a quicker change in the other person. So work upon yourself. Maybe that would have an impact on your opening statement itself. You said there is somebody in my life. The way that fellow exists in your life.
It's not love life, it's my father.
I think the way that person exists in your life itself would get mortified. When we say there is somebody in my life, what we actually mean is that that person is in our mind. And in the mind, there is nothing without a purpose or a reason. As that reason or purpose gains purification, the place of that person in your life, which is your mind, changes. And then working becomes far easier with respect to that person. We must be very careful that it is not for egoistic reasons that we want to take the battle to someone. I have known that devotion is important. You too must learn that. And if you don't learn that, I'll probably take that as a personal insult or a personal defeat. I'm exaggerating. You have to be absolutely certain that it is only because of love and only because of kindness that you want to bring the light to the other.
Well, I've seen it in him, so I know it's there, and it would be a shame if it's not,
It's not gaining shape. That would be catalyzed through your presence, through your transformation. Maybe he simply can't believe that there is life beyond his ego boundaries. Maybe he just has nothing to fall back upon, nothing to lend credence to the assertion that transformation is possible, that real love is possible. But if you stand in front of him as a living, walking, talking proof in flesh and blood, then he'll have no option but to admit and agree. You see, most people suffer from a genuine lack of conviction. I'm calling it genuine because they actually do not have any proof available in front of them. For example, I may just hold forth on selfless love here for 2 hours. And the lecture might be flawless. The statements might be immaculate. Everything might be just in place, totally impenetrable. Yet somebody can just stand up after those 2 hours and tell me it does not exist. Yes, you made a great speech on selfless love, but it does not exist. What would convince him? What would give him conviction? Not a speech on selfless love, but actually a touching display of personal love. Display that is not merely an exhibition, that is not purposeful, but that is the essence of the speaker, such a display. So if you stand in front of him, different, transformed, radiant, he will have to admit the light. He'll have to say, now even the daughter is a proof against my beliefs. How will I refute this indisputable proof? Unfortunately, there are very few proofs available. Therefore, people are faithless. And worse happens when those who tout themselves as proofs of the beyond turn out as scandalous turncoat that dents the already fragile faith of the entire world. You getting me? The world is already struggling when it comes to faith, because there are very few proofs available. Now somebody comes up and says, I am the living proof, look at me. I am the revolutionary, or I am the social worker, or I am the guru. And then one day it turns out that this fellow was a fraud. Now, faith that was already fragile has been further attacked, and it is now shattered. Therefore, most people in the world find it very difficult to believe in the beyond.
Acharya ji, I would like to ask you, I'm from the medical profession, and it is very difficult to convince doctors about spirituality. They don't relate to it at all. They ask you questions like, where is the soul? Where is the soul in the brain? So I have no answers for them, whereas I do believe. So
Ask them,
how do I talk?
why do you want that answer? When somebody asks you, no, wait. So somebody asks you, where is the soul? Ask him, why do you want this answer? What would this answer give you? What would this answer give you? And that which this answer would give you, show that to me in a CAT scan, in an MRI, on a weighing scale. Show it to me anywhere. Show it to me on any of your medical instruments. You asked me, where is the soul? I can give you an answer. Or you ask me any question, and I'll give you an answer. If the answer is anything, then it should give you something. Now show me, what did that give you? Show it to me using even the most sophisticated medical device. That which the answer gave you is called contentment. And that contentment cannot be seen physically. But contentment does exist. It cannot be seen physically, but it does exist. And the proof of its existence is that you are right now asking me a question, right?
Right, sir.
Doctor, you asked me, where is the soul? I do not know whether a soul exists. But I am certain that you are curious. And if you are curious, then you want to satisfy your curiosity. I am saying your curiosity is the proof that something beyond the physical exists. Your curiosity is the proof that something beyond the physical exists, and not only does it exist, it is so fundamental and so important that you are asking me this question.
Exactly. Thank you. Thank you so much, Acharya ji.
Had it not existed, why would you have wanted to satisfy your curiosity? It exists and it is so compelling that even doctors are curious. Even doctors ask questions. Even doctors say, I love you. Show me where is love in the body. And if there is only the physical, then doctor, please admit right now that you do not love your son, your daughter, your wife, your parents. Admit that you have no love in your life. And if you do have love in your life, then you'll have to admit that there is something beyond the physical, because love cannot be seen in an X-ray. Or can it be? So love does exist and it is not physical. Both things are certain. Love exists because the doctor is saying that he loves his wife. Love exists. The doctor is the proof that love exists. And love is not physical because love cannot be seen in any physical test, nor does it have any physical dimension. So something beyond the physical not only exists, it is central, fundamental, super valuable. This is called spirituality, doctor.